idea to them or not. Yeah. All right.
Coach, that's going to be one of the craziest games you've ever been part of. Just talk about the resiliency of your guys down the stretch.
It was a really wild game. I was proud of our guys for being tough enough to stick in there. We created a bunch of adversity for ourselves in the fourth quarter and then clawed our way out of it. It's about how it unfolded, you know.
Paid any particular attention, Strong and Hodgins going at it tonight? How would you evaluate Strong if you were paying close attention?
Well, I think, first of all, I think Hodges is pretty good. I don't know what he ended up with. But the other thing is, you know, it's funny. Everybody talks about him. But they got a whole fleet of guys that are pretty good. I didn't see anybody out there I didn't think was pretty good at their receiver position. And Hodges is a good one. You know, I think that we can play better at DB. I think that, you know, we do a lot of good things. We just got to go out there and play with more confidence than we did today.
It seemed like last week you were concerned about a lot of explosives, and tonight, once again, there was a lot of explosive plays allowed on defense. Are you seeing progress in that remark, or is it still kind of the same?
I think we're doing better at pressuring the quarterback. I don't know if we're seeing progress or not. I'm going to have to look at the film. We're still giving up way too many explosives.
In that last play with Max, was that a good box to run in, or is it sort of let Max finish what he started?
No, it was a really good. Well, it was a really good box. So then, you know, they called timeout, and then it's guesswork. So then we changed the set, and of course we were prepared to check it. From the sideline, we were yelling like crazy, trying to get Gordon's attention because, you know, we felt like we should run it. And then, they sold out on the pass, and we ran it, you know.
Do you have any sort of, I guess, an enhanced sense of pride? You know, last year winning 11 games, and this year 5th bowl in a row, doing things year after year that other coaches at Washington State haven't done.
I mean, we got great players and great coaches to work with, that sort of thing, and we just keep trying to get better. You know, it's always kind of a battle and a grind, but you keep trying to improve, you know. And you know, the biggest thing is games like this just have the resiliency to fight through them, you know. I mean, you don't know how it's going to unfold, but the only way you're going to have a chance is if you fight through it and you're willing to do it from start to finish. You can worry about what happens after the game later, you know.
You guys have come up on the short end of the stick in pretty much all close games this year. Do you think you guys did anything different in this game to pull off the win compared to those other ones?
Well, historically, we have not. And so I think that historically, somebody ought to do an article on it. We probably had more comebacks in the last 5 years than any other team in the conference, and we might even have some kind of a record in that regard. I'm not sure. But despite our struggles this year, I do think that, you know, within especially some of our seniors and stuff like that, there's a sense and understanding of that, you know.
Pretty uncharacteristic start for Anthony. Starting off with I guess for your offense in general, 2 turnovers, but you guys were able to come back, get back in rhythm. What does it kind of say about the team to put the negatives, 5 turnovers behind you?
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, he's always been pretty good at that as far as going to the next play, playing the next play, and then you know, he threw a bunch of touchdowns, but he did underthrow a fade that he'd like to have back, and then, you know, forced one. The early one, and then then the receiver literally set the ball to the spiker there on the last turnover.
Do you like these kind of games where it's your offense kind of who scores last?
I don't know. I like ones where we play well, and I thought we played offensively. We played well a lot of the time when we didn't, you know, other than the turnovers. I thought those were disappointing. I thought that we could have run the ball better. I thought that defensively, I thought the defensive front did a good job. I thought we could have played better in the secondary. Special teams was hit and miss. So, there's a lot of ways we could play better. One of the quickest ways to have a game like this is to screw some stuff up along the way,
Did you say anything to the offense, or what was kind of your message to them before that final drive with so little time on the clock when the defense got the stop?
I said, don't substitute. No substitutes. I said, let's see. I said, no substitutes. Get what you can and then get out of bounds. And then I said, be ready to clock the ball. And, then you call what you think gives you the best value.
Saw a few receivers that we haven't seen have big games in a while. I mean, Calvin Jackson Jr. obviously has had his injuries, I believe, and then Bernard Bell. Both of them had pretty standout games today.
Yeah, I guess they did. I mean, we hit a lot of receivers. Let's see what they did. We didn't hit as many as I thought. We hit 9 of them. But we targeted 7 of them more than 4 times. Calvin with 4 catches, but had 76 yards and a touchdown, so that's pretty good. And Borgie had 9, which we want him to touch the ball. Bell 8 with 108. Bell did a good job making people miss. Yeah.
Coach, can you talk a bit about Deion McIntosh's contributions? That was, at least on paper, his best game of the year.
Yeah, I thought he did a good job. Made some people miss, and Deion had some. He had 6 for 93. That's pretty good. Yep.
And then anything on Arcanado? He was out for a couple quarters, but he obviously was.
Well,
okay
he finished the game, so yeah. So he's full go and healthy as a horse and biting at the bit, and wishes this game hadn't finished.
Coach, what was going through your minds? Were you surprised to see them go for 4th down instead of punting it?
Well, I wasn't stunned. You're saying, can we get a few extra yards, or but you risk a block, or if you get a first down, if they get a first down, it's over. So it was key we stopped them. Yeah.
What did you tell your team, or the defense especially, coming out of that timeout right before that 4th down play?
What's that?
What did you tell the defense coming out of that timeout right before that 4th down play?
Well, the biggest thing is they're trying to sort out whether they were punting or whether they were going for it, And they still had timeouts. They could change their mind if they wanted to,
Last one for Coach.
Coach, there's been a few Saturdays where you've talked about the team's toughness or maybe lack thereof. What did you see from that aspect from your team tonight?
Thought we were tough, thought we played hard, thought we had a certain amount of dumbness mixed in there, and tough and dumb is better than soft and smart. Right now, I would say we're fairly tough, but medium intelligence is what I think we are.